My God, I am live again on YouTube. And this time I'm just going to stay on live and chat to the people, whether I get like 0 views, 2 views, 3 views, because tomorrow is election day. And there is a lot on the line, and so many people are still very much so undecided about who they're going to vote for, which I totally understand. There's been so much information out here, information overload, a lot of factual information, a lot of dis and misinformation. There's just so much to take in during this political time. And let's be very clear. Okay, I just want to be very clear. I just want to be very straightforward that your boy, your professional cousin, I am not a political junkie. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not a political junkie. I really don't know all of the details of the way that the government works. I do know the basics. I know that we do have three branches of government. Okay, I know that there are proposals that are county based. I know the importance of voting in your community and your local elections. I do know. Okay, I do know. I do know. I do know that there are about four, I think there are about five. There are about five people running for president right now. But of course, we live in America, and over the course of our time, we are either going to elect a Democratic or a Republican president. Okay? Um, no independent, no Green Party candidate has won the presidency of the United States. So it's Democratic or not. Shout out to you, Cornel West. Cornel West, I appreciate you. I've been able to attend one of Cornel West's events while I was in college. Very smart man, very educated man, very passionate man. A man that is very much so about liberation of people and unity and all the other fun stuff. But right now, we are deciding between a Democratic president and a Republican president. And I know that a lot of people get their information off YouTube, off TikTok, off social media. So I just wanted to come on here and just say, like, hey, if you are undecided in this political election, today I shared today I shared a status just giving people, I gave people insight on how do you navigate being undecided? Because voting for elections is not solely based on like one policy. There are a few things that you have to consider. And I'm not the person who will condemn you if you are voting for one party or not. I really think voting and participating in participating in elections is really about like how are we moving forward, like what are we getting out of this, like what beliefs do I have, like what thought processes do I have, like what do I want around me, what does my community need around me for us to move. And I think for the next term I'm going to register as independent, because if the person is talking right, I will vote for them. But if you are talking about like separating people and or like discriminating against people or belittling people, I just can't get you with that. I am a person that reflects all people. So to go back to my point, if you are still undecided, here's some things that I recommend. Oh, hello, people are watching me. Thank you so much, Darcy. Who's my favorite artist? So I'm kind of old school. So I love a John Legend. I love a Luther Vandross. Okay. I love right now. What's it? Glorilla? Okay, her face. That's my girl right now. Trump or Harris? I'm gonna be honest. I am Harris all the way. I am voting for Kamala Harris because let me tell you why I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I'm voting for her not because of who she is and how she shows up, right? I think that's an easy thing to do, to say, oh, she identifies as XYZ and she's a woman, so I'm going to vote for her. That's not the reason why I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I personally am voting for Kamala Harris because I really want to see continuation of growth in America. I really want to be able to see people come to America and be able to prosper in America. I want my family that have served in the military and my family that receive Social Security, people who receive disability. I want them to continue to be able to have a wage or funding that allows them to live their lives, right? I know that I am a product of a public school system, and I have siblings and I have nieces and nephews in the public school system, and I understand the importance of making sure that those schools are continuously funded, right? I have parents who have been impacted by diabetes, okay? And to know that they are spending less money on their drugs gives me fulfillment. Like, I live in Detroit, okay? And marijuana is legal. I would love to see marijuana available to all people. Like, there are just so many things that that is in this race. But most importantly, I think it's about unifying people, bringing people together. Like, the idea of hope, love is what's really going to drive us. But I also seen some good things, right? Like I said, I live in Michigan. And to see all the roads and all the bridges that have been revitalized, reconstructed due to the infrastructure bill, I pay attention to that. I am also a homeowner, and I knew that under the last administration, I was not able to receive tax benefits by being a homeowner. I would like to see those tax benefits be redistributed to people who actually own property and who pay taxes. Now, I am also upper middle class, middle class. I don't get any tax breaks by being middle class, right? So I would like some tax breaks because I am a hard earned, I work hard in the United States and I pay my taxes. So I should get some tax breaks. Billionaires, why do they make all this money and they don't have to pay any taxes? That is problematic for me. Elon Musk is a trillionaire. These billionaires don't have to pay any money. Uh, we probably pay more taxes than them. That doesn't make any sense. But I really want to ground this conversation back to undecided voters, because the undecided voter population is huge, and we have a whole election tomorrow. So I just want to share what I recommended to my family and friends that are on my Facebook, what they can do to help them decide on who they should vote for. And I'm not telling anybody to vote for any particular person. You vote for who you want to vote for, but make sure you vote with integrity. Okay? Make sure you vote for people who have integrity. Okay? Hi, Johnny. Yes, I am a part of the alphabet soup community. I am a part of the LGBTQ plus community, and I'm a proud Black man. And I wish I knew who you was. Who are you? How do you what's going on? I don't know why that has anything to do with who I am. I mean, while you're here, but welcome. How you doing? Am I Wendy Williams' voice? Okay, so for people who are undecided, here are some recommendations that I recommend that you consider as you are going into elections tomorrow if you have not voted. Okay, so the first thing a question is asking, what are your beliefs and what are your values? What are some things that you truly value? What are some things that you truly believe to help you navigate? So me, I truly believe in equitable opportunities for people in America. No matter what your background, no matter what your creed is, no matter who you are, that is a belief of mine that everybody should have access to fair resources and funding and job opportunities in America. Another belief of mine is our educational system, that we continue to fund education systems because the education system in America is broken, and that we find a way to increase teacher salaries. Why are teachers the less paid people on the totem pole? So those are just a few of my beliefs. I do believe that people should not be discriminated against by their sexuality, who they sleep with, because that's none of your business, Johnny, who I sleep with or who I may not sleep with. So why are you concerned about that? But those are just a few of my beliefs, right? What are some pain points that you're experiencing? A pain point for me that I'm experiencing right now is that I am a homeowner and I own multiple properties. And right now, under the Obama administration, homeowners did get tax benefits. And then once Trump got in, those tax benefits were removed. So I would like to see more tax benefits to homeowners and people who are being great servants to our economy. And I am a servant of our economy, and I own multiple properties, and I don't get any tax benefits from being a homeowner in the state of Michigan. What else? One thing, the infrastructure bill was really big to me. To see the roads and, to see the roads and bridges being done in Detroit, that hit home. Thank you, Biden and Kamala Harris, for passing the infrastructure bill. Another question that I said that you should ask is like, what kind of world do you want your children, your grandchildren, and your neighbors to live in? I know that I want students to understand that history is important, and the way that society operates is because of our history. I want students to know that, hey, there's opportunity for you to go to college and not accumulate a lot of debt. Have I been personally forgiven for my student loan debt? No, I have not. No, I have not. But I would love that my nieces and nephews are able to go to college without accumulating a bunch of debt. That is something that I want. I want us to pay attention to the climate, because why on Halloween in Michigan, why was it 80 degrees? Now, granted, I appreciated the 80-degree weather, but I care about the climate and what are we doing to make sure that we are protecting our planet. What else? Another question I said is, how would this person directly impact my community? I am in the process of becoming a small business owner. And I understand that places like Detroit and other urban places, these cities thrive on small businesses. So I would like to hear that my presidential candidate is talking about how they are supporting small businesses. How are they supporting entrepreneurs in the community? Detroit does an amazing job at supporting local businesses. So I want to see that the president would like to continue those things. What else? I also recommended that people just research. Do your research. Look up the policies on both sides and see which ones align to you if you care about it. Okay? That's what I recommend. So also, I always say, don't get all of your information from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Like, I think a lot of influencers, a lot of people who do speak on their platforms do provide great information, but that should be an entry point for you to do your research. So if you find a video or something that I've said to be interesting, or you find a video on TikTok that you find to be interesting, I would go fact check it. Is it real? Is it true? Does this really exist? Or did you just speak with a bunch of conviction and made it sound true and it's not? So here are some fact-based resources that you're able to use to help you decide who you're going to vote for. So Ballotopia, and these are nonpartisan websites. So nonpartisan means that these websites are not geared towards Democratic, Green Party, Republican Party, etc. These are just fact-based resources that you can use to figure out who you would like to vote for. So Ballotopia, ballotpedia.org is one. Votesmart.org is one. Factcheck.org is one. Congress.gov is one. So those are just a few places that I recommend that you use to do some research. I know this election is crazy. How are y'all feeling about the election? What are you feeling? Who is on your mind? What is on your mind when it comes to this crazy election that we are in? Shout out to y'all for participating. How are you all feeling about the election? Because what Cardi B say is, shit is getting real. It's getting real. Shit is getting real. It's getting real. Shit is getting real. Psh, it's getting real. Shit is getting real. Psh, it's getting real. Okay, but I share just a little bit of information, a little rant, and hopefully you take some of my advice so you can vote with intention. Like, go to the ballot polls and have a plan. And I also want y'all to know that you cannot wear political clothing to the polls. Okay? So make sure that you don't wear any political items if you're heading to the polls. Okay? But let me tell y'all some other updates. So for those of you who have already followed me, the house is still under construction and all of our windows are placed. So if you want to see the house renovations, check out my page. I'm going to start vlogging again. Another update, your boy has a job now after a year off of work and about a good 8 months of applying to jobs and being rejected. Child, I finally got a job and I like my job right now. I'm working in university admissions, which is very different from my experience working in tech. Same field, I mean, same alignment, but different, just different stuff. So, what y'all, any questions? What is happening? I have like 8 people, or where there were like 8 people viewing me, and I have a new follower. So, what's going on, y'all? It's the holiday season. You know, what's the dealio? I like going live on YouTube. YouTube is a good place to go live and to learn. But for those who don't know me, my name is Cecil. I am also known as your professional cousin. My YouTube is really, it needs some love right now. So I'm going to do better at posting. I'm going to start vlogging again on my YouTube so that people can get to know who I am and get to know my personality. But yeah, um, I have a lot to share. But what's up? Talk to me. I was getting a lot of comments, then everyone disappeared. Thank you, Darcy. Johnny's a hater. See, that's another thing I don't understand. Why are people so concerned with how individuals live their lives? Why is that even a question? Why is that anybody's business about what I do in the secrecy of my own home? Why is that anybody's business? Who cares? Live your life the way that you want to live your life, and I'm going to live the way I live my life. Y'all focus so much attention on the way that other people choose to navigate this world, and it has nothing to do with you. If people want to refer to themselves as them and they, then allow them people to refer to themselves as them and they. If I want to get married and have a husband, then let me get married and have a husband. If you want to get married to a woman and you are a woman, then you get married to a woman. If you want to be whatever you want to be, just do it. Long as you aren't bringing harm to people. I think that is the most important. If you aren't bringing harm to people, I don't care what you do with your personal time. Y'all spend so much time thinking about what other people do behind the 4 walls of their house or their apartment or their trailer park. Mind your business. Okay. Okay. Well, since hi everybody who's on. Do y'all have any questions for me? Let's talk, chat, ask me some questions. I want to start going live more and talking to the people. Hello to people that are watching. What's your names? Where are you tuning in from? I'm Cecil. I'm your professional cousin. I have a background in HR. I have a back right now. I am renovating houses and I am working on a really big project and I cannot wait to share it and bring you all um, on the journey with me. All right. So I want to stay on here for like 20 minutes. I think 20 minutes is a good time. But again, y'all have to get out there and vote. Vote, 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 vote. Your life depends on it. Democracy is depending on your vote. Please make sure you go to the polls tomorrow. If you are going to the polls tomorrow, please understand that you cannot wear any political gear to the polls or they will ask you to leave. Also know that um, if you are in line, you are able to vote. Don't let anyone persuade you to get out of line when you're voting. Also, understand that you can take political information inside of the polls. So if you have If you have documentation that you want to take, if you want to use your phone to research candidates while you're at the polls in the voting booth, you can. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot use political information or use your phone while voting. You can definitely access and use those resources to help you make informed decisions while you're at the voting booth. Okay? I'm excited to vote. Are y'all excited to vote? Are y'all excited to vote? Because I am excited to vote. I'm excited to vote for Kamala Harris. I love everything she is championing for the middle class. I love that. I love that she has been a beacon of light to our entire political process. She has energized so many people, and I really hope the election tomorrow is a reflection of her hard work, her tenacity, and her commitment to the people. Like, Kamala Harris has really done an amazing job. Is she a perfect candidate? No, Kamala Harris is not the perfect candidate, but no perfect candidate exists. There would never be a perfect candidate when it comes to running for office. Everybody is flawed in their own way. But again, if you are undecided about who you should vote for, here are some questions that I've been proposing to people to help them understand who they should vote for. Number one, what are your values and beliefs? What do you truly believe and what do you truly value as a person who lives in the United States? That's one question. What do you personally believe? What do you personally want to value as a citizen of the United States, right? The next one, what pain points are you experiencing that you no longer want to experience? A pain point for mine is that I don't receive any tax benefits. I want to receive tax benefits, but what are some other pain points that you are experiencing that can help you be more happy as a citizen of the United States? The third question that you should ask yourself is, what kind of world do you want your children, your family, your neighbors, or you to live in? And who closely aligns to that vision that you foresee for yourself and your family is a really great question. So jot these things down, ask yourself questions. What do you want to see the world be? What would you like to see the world become? What world do you want your children, your grandchildren, your brother, your sister, your mother, your uncle, your auntie, you? What world do you want these people to live in? Because that's so important. And then fourth, how would this person directly impact my community? How will this person directly impact my community? Let me ask that question again. How would this person directly impact my community? I know, again, I live in Detroit, Michigan, and Detroit has a huge community of entrepreneurs. And I know that if Kamala Harris is elected president, that these individuals like myself are going to receive some benefits for being small business owners. So that's another reason why I am voting for Kamala Harris. But that may not be a reason for you. I think it's just important to know that I'm not here to persuade you to go either way, but these are some things that you should consider while you are heading to the polls tomorrow. And last but not least, I would recommend going to Kamala Harris for President.com, voting for MakeAmericaGreat.com or President Trump for President.com, whoever you're looking at, and look at their policies to see which policies stand out to you and which ones you believe in, which ones that you relate to, and help yourself navigate that decision. She will regulate you out of the 25,000. So Jacqueline, unfortunately, I would not qualify for the $25,000 towards the homeowners because I am already a homeowner. But there will be regulations to get the $25,000. I think that's just common sense, right? Like, if you aren't able to, afford a house that costs $125,000. Are you talking about the business? Oh, the business money. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be regulations around the business money too. You are absolutely right. I'm sure that I'm sure there's going to be similar to like if you apply to SBA loan. Like the SBA loans recommend that you are in business for at least 1 year. Some of them are for startup businesses. Some SBA loans require that you have at least 1 year tax returns. So I agree with you. There will be regulations. It's not going to be a come for all. You get $25,000. You get $25,000. You get $25,000. That is not how that's going to be. But I'm sure it will be accessible for people who are interested in receiving that money for the small businesses. You're absolutely correct. I don't think it's going to be a free for all. I don't think it's going to be like the PPP loans where everybody can fill out just a short survey and you're getting tens and thousands of dollars. And the pot, yeah, technically the pot is small. So here's what I would say. I'm in the process now of opening up a small business and I've prepared a lot. So I would say if you are a small business owner, start getting your ducks in a row, right? Like getting your business plans in line, making sure that your business structure is set up correctly, making sure that you have the appropriate tax people. There is definitely going to be some rules and regulations to who receive that $25,000. I can, it only makes sense. But I don't like the business loan. Why don't you want it to be forgivable? Forgivable means it's free money. Forgivable means that you don't have to pay it. What would you recommend the loan be? Like, would you want to pay back to the loan to help you with like your business credit? Like, what would be some reasons that you aren't interested in the loan being forgivable? I think that's a really great point, Jacqueline. Yeah, for those that are joining us, we're just having conversation about like if you are undecided right now, what are some questions that you can ask yourself to help you? Yeah, a loan is a loan, right? But I think there are certain legalities around like when it comes to money. So like a forgivable loan again is it's being loaned to you at no expense. I mean, yeah, a loan is a loan. Pay it back. That is true. Maybe they should call it something else. I'm sure they can't call it grants, but it would be nice. Nothing is. You are actually. Listen, you are absolutely right. Nothing is free in life, and we're all gonna be paying. We're all gonna be paying for this in some way. But the great thing is that we have billionaires and trillionaires like Elon Musk who are not paying taxes. So hopefully we can get some of those millions and trillions of dollars that can help small businesses. Well, Jacqueline, what are some other reasons other than that? Like, I think the way that the economy is structured, they do pay taxes, but Jacqueline, I can guarantee you that they are not paying as many taxes as well. I don't know what your financial background is, but billionaires and millionaires do not pay as personal taxes as much as we pay personal taxes, which is which doesn't make any sense to me. Hello, MTBER. I don't know what that stands for, but like, hello. I am here talking about like, if you are undecided, what are some things that you can do to help you make a decision tomorrow in the polls, right? So here are 5 questions. Do y'all mind answering some of these questions? I have 5 questions that I think that you should consider when you're going to the polls tomorrow to help you identify. But I don't agree with their foundation dump into a charity and avoid. But that's what they do. That's what they do. But I'm not only talking about voting stuff. I am also an entrepreneur. I also have a tech background, and I also own a few homes. Yeah, I agree. That is, and Jacqueline, that if you listen to um, a lot of people who have a ton of money, that's what they say. Hey, dump your money into foundations and charity, so you don't have to pay taxes or you don't have to pay as much taxes. That ain't right. If the everyday teacher, if the everyday like McDonald's worker, if we are paying taxes and we are really not educated on the way to take advantage of the system, everybody should be paying appropriate taxes for how much money they're making. Period. It's America. We run on the tax system. Unfortunately, we got to do what Americans do. In America, we pay taxes. Okay, congratulations on voting. Again, I am not. I I don't care, but I do care who you vote for. But I really do not care. I just want people to go out and exercise their right to vote, and I really want people to vote with intention. I really want people to vote with intention. I really want people to understand that. Um, I really want people to understand that should not be voting on like one singular policy. Like there are multiple things to consider. There are multiple things on the line for both sides of this election. And I want people to just really do research to make inclined and smart decisions about how they're voting tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, Jacqueline, isn't that crazy? Only 5%. Do you know if do you know when I receive bonuses for all of my hard work that my paychecks are taxed for like commission or just bonuses are taxed almost 40%. 40%. That is a lot of money for someone that is in middle class or upper middle class. And can you only imagine what would happen to our economy if someone like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, I used to work at Facebook, I worked at Facebook for 5 years, okay? If someone like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Cuban, all of these celebrities or all of these business people and all of these entities that make millions and billions of dollars, imagine what would happen to our economy if they were taxed at 40%. Can you only imagine what that would do to our economy? If people who are actual millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires, if when they receive their bonuses are taxed by 40%. You know, you get a $30,000 check for doing good work at work, and that $30,000 check is damn near a $13,000 check because the government takes all of your money through taxes. The thing is, there isn't really a way to enforce that. They're just offshore. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna find some way to get around it, but at least making some type of like mandate or some type of like tax structure for those people to pay their taxes and not get around and take advantage of the system because they're not paying the taxes that they should be paying. And I do agree that billionaires and millionaires should be paying millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire type of taxes. Let's be very clear. So going back to the 5 questions. So here's some questions that you should ask yourself if you are undecided on how to vote tomorrow. And for those of you who have already voted, congratulations, I'm proud of you. I voted early as well. But what are your beliefs and values? Who aligns more to those beliefs and values? Right? What pain points are you experiencing in your life or maybe your family members' lives that you think our president should focus on? What kind of world do you want your children, yourself, your uncle, your auntie, your granny? What kind of world do you want these people to live in? Also, how would this candidate directly impact my community? All this information is available to you. And then lastly, go online to Kamala Harris for president.com or go to Trump for president.com and you will see all of their policies and compare and contrast. Hey, do I really care about police receiving immunity if they take a life of a civilian? I know that I care about that. I do feel like police officers should go on trial if they take a life so they can defend why they decided to take someone's life. And if it aligns to the rules and regulations that we all face, right? Like, what are some policies that you agree with on both ends so you can make an informed decision? A lot of people listen to people on social media all day using their opinions as facts. And baby, people don't do research. Let's be very clear. People do not do research. And going on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook is not doing research. So here are I got some recommendations on what you can use to do your research, but the people aren't doing their research. But for those of you who don't know me, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Cecil. I'm also known as your professional cousin. I started my YouTube last about a year ago, but I took a break from my YouTube, and I am doing a multitude of things. I just started working in admissions. I have a technical background, so I worked at a few tech places for about 10 years of my career. I was laid off in 2022 by Meta, so I took a year off of work. I went to South Africa, I went to Ghana, I went to El Salvador. I just went on a travel bench, and I really started to reflect on what I really wanted to do. I moved back home to Detroit, Michigan. My brother and I purchased a duplex, so we are renovating the duplex. So if you look at my page, you will see the house being renovated. And yeah, I'm just a good person that likes to connect with people. And I'm also in the process of starting a small business that I can't wait to share with people. I haven't shared it yet. Like, no one knows but my immediate family or people here and there. So once I actually do what I have to do so I can officially make the announcement, I'm going to bring y'all on the journey with me from not necessarily the beginning, but the beginning. Hold on, y'all. So who else is on here? Ask me some questions. I appreciate y'all for participating in the dialogue. I'm still at work right now. I'm not doing any work right now, but I just really don't feel like getting in a car. But I also have to make sure I don't get a ticket. Shout out to those Lions. You know, shout out to Detroit. The Lions are winning and the Lions are kicking ass. So I am so sorry if you are not a Lions fan, but the Lions are really out here doing what needs to be done. And don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. The Lions are doing what needs to be done. They kicked Green Bay's butt yesterday, and the Lions will continue to kick butt this season. And the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Okay, the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. But again, I'm not on here to really talk about the Lions or myself. I'm really out here just encouraging people to vote. You can follow me on all platforms. Either it's me, Cecil B, or your professional cousin. You can find me so you can stay on this journey with me. What are y'all up to? What are you all up to? Talk to me. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I'm from Texas and a bit sad about how we are doing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, become a Lions fan. And Texas, you know, Texas has its own trouble. Texas is a beautiful place, but a troubled place at the same time. But you could become a Lions, at least if you become a Lions fan, you have something to look forward to. Because Texas doesn't do that well in sports. But don't listen to me because I don't really watch sports. I'm only watching football right now because the Lions are winning. I like to go to sports in person. I really don't like watching sports. I really don't like watching sports on TV, but I am always down to go to any type of sports games because I love being in the atmosphere. I love that. You said no thanks. That is hilarious. But yeah, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna be posting more content. I'm gonna be posting more content on my channel at the end of this year. Not the end of this year, but I'm gonna start vlogging again tomorrow and providing like weekly updates on like what's happening throughout my life. Business ventures that I'm doing, random conversations. I'm a ranter, so I have to keep reminding myself. I am on here to say, like, if you are undecided and you don't know who to vote for, do some research. You can go to Ballotpedia. You can go to votesmart.org. You can go to factcheck.org. You can go to congress.gov to get some important information about this election, okay? Don't sit this out. Don't sit this out. Don't sit this out. Don't sit this one out. Get to those polls. Get to the polls early. Get to the polls early. Do what you got to do to make sure your voice is heard. You know, our last election was so close. So we have to make sure we get out and do the will of the people, and making sure our children, our nieces and nephews, our unborn children lives in America where they have freedoms, and they live in America where they can, voice their right to participate in the political realm by voting. Okay. Sometimes I get tongue twisted. Let me tell y'all, I have a speech impediment. I used to go to speech class. As a kid. So sometimes I stutter or I may repeat myself. But that's just who I am. I can still articulate myself well. It's just sometimes it takes me a few extra seconds. Sometimes it takes me a few extra seconds to get my thoughts out. Okay, who else? Which I want to give me something to talk about. How are you all feeling about the election? Let's ask that. Like, where do you think this election is going? Are you trusting the polls? Are you not trusting the polls? Have you voted already? Are you voting tomorrow? You say you're not sure? Yeah, I'm not sure either. I really don't know how this election is going to go tomorrow. And, in 2016, when Hillary and Trump were running against each other, it was taking them forever to receive the election results. So I went to sleep thinking like, yeah, Hillary got this. Like, they're not about to allow a celebrity. They're not about to allow our celebrity to run the United States of America. And then I woke up and I was like, I had to wake up twice. I had to go to sleep for like 2 seconds and wake myself up. And I said, wow, this is real. Trump is really our president. I could not believe that. I really could not believe that. And I hope we do not have a repeat tomorrow. Trump is a great reality star. He should stay on reality TV. I really think Trump should stay on reality TV. I think he should stay out of the office of making decisions for people about their lives, because I don't think he has the range to make those decisions. But I definitely think I think Trump is an amazing reality star. Trump is your man. I appreciate that. Listen, live your life, young person. I don't know who you are and how you identify, but like, hey, if Trump is your man, more power to you. Everybody has what I've learned in life is that just because people have different views than you does not mean that we can't be in community together. Now, it's about your values that I have problems with. But if we have alternate views, that doesn't mean that we can't be in community. I think that one thing I appreciate about Kamala Harris is that she said, she said that she is going to have a cabinet that is reflective of both Democratic and Republicans. And I think that is so important. I do think that you should have a cabinet as president that shows all sides of the aisle. There should be independent people in your cabinet. There should be Republicans in your cabinet. There should be Democrats in your cabinet. There should be independents in your cabinet. Because America is not all Republican. America is not all Democrats. America, see, I'm getting tongue twisted. America is a melting pot of all people. And I love that Kamala Harris said that she's going to bring people together on all sides to make sure that we're pushing America forward. Simple as that. Now, if you're a racist, then I got a problem with that. If you're sexist, I got a problem with that. If you're homophobic, I got a problem with that. Because I truly believe that you should allow people to experience their life in their own realm. and what people do in the comfort of their own homes is nobody's business. It's just nobody's business. So if you are any of the isms, then we're gonna have some different disagreements, right? Don't bring your isms over here, because I love all people. I love all people. Now I like some people more than I like others, but I love all people. As long as you aren't, my philosophy is, as long as you aren't bringing harm to people, then you're fine with me. Don't bring harm to anyone, then you're fine with me. Don't bring harm to animals, and you're fine with me. Don't bring harm to the world. As long as you are not bringing harm and ill will and intent to the people, you are fine with me. Okay? It gets a little muddy when you want to be homophobic. Gets a little eerie when you want to be transphobic. It gets a little eerie when you want to be racist. It gets a little eerie when you want to, you know, do cruel things to people's animals. Like, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a ticket. Okay, well, I think I'm going to get off of here. Please subscribe to my channel. I talk about a little bit of everything. I'm really silly. I'm really goofy. So I really hope to like build community on YouTube, because I love YouTube. I watch YouTube more than I watch TV. I love YouTube. But subscribe to my channel, y'all. I'm going to try to go live more often. But again, this live is about if you are undecided. If you are undecided, here are some questions that you should ask yourself. What are your beliefs? What are your values? What pain points are you currently experiencing that you no longer want to experience? What kind of world do you want your children, your uncle, your auntie, your granny, your baby mama, your wife, your husband, your dog, whomever? What kind of world do you want these people to experience? How will this person directly impact my community? And then last but not least, pull up their policies on both sides and make an informed decision. And if you are looking for resources to help you make informed decisions, you can go to ballotpedia.org. You can go to votesmart.org. You can go to factcheck.org. You can go to congress.gov. I wish you well. Please make sure you get out and vote. Vote with intention, vote with integrity. Do not wear political gear to the polls tomorrow, or you would not be allowed to vote. And I'm proud to be an American, and I'm proud that I have the right and the will to participate in this election. Thank you. Thank y'all for watching me.